on the cathedral, the front side, there is actually two huge towers, right? They are joined. Well, the
This is
left
a
side
sad
of the
day.
tower is actually catching on fire, or we can see smoke coming up
It's
from
supposed
it.
to be a religious
And
day.
actually, the whole
People,
structure
please
from the
pray.
back is just
That's been there for
burnt in
centuries.
flames. You cannot
Centuries
even
in
see
Paris.
anything from
Notre
it.
Dame,
It's just red.
the
It's
Cathedral
a huge amount of
Church
flames
is
everywhere.
burning.
There's nothing else to say than just chaos. What's happening right now is
Very
really
sad.
devastating because we can see actually that firefighters are struggling to put down the fire. Their water is just so small. It's not doing anything. And we actually had the idea that we had planes coming up to shut it down. But how can you throw this huge amount of water on a wood structure? It would destroy everything, right? So we just have to rely on these firefighters that are actually so close from the fire, but that cannot do anything at the moment. I don't know if you can hear it, but there is actually prayers very close to where I'm standing. People are actually, doing this in the memory of the cathedral because she was there for so many years, and now she's just disappearing behind a curtain of flames.
We can hear that in the background, your phone picking up the prayers of the people there in Paris tonight as they gather in the streets to watch what has been unfolding since about 6:50 p.m. local time. That would make it shortly before 1 p.m. Eastern. The first reports of a fire right in the center of Paris at the historic Notre Dame Cathedral. French media reporting at this hour several hundred firefighters are now on the scene, but as we just heard Max say, and we've heard Chief McGill say during our live coverage here on ABC, that it would be almost impossible to implement any sort of aerial assault with water over a structure that is this old, a 12th century cathedral, because it would simply destroy what's left. So much has been destroyed already. Authorities there on the scene have not only witnessed the spire come down, we just heard Max report that one of the towers is now engulfed in flames, and there have been predictions on the scene from local authorities that much more of this cathedral will come down in the hours ahead. We're joined by Kelly Weymouth, who we believe captured that video that left us speechless of the fire, is there on the scene, and we're watching your piece of video right now, and I don't even know how you were able to hold the phone, actually, while you were watching that through the lens of the phone, Kelly. I'm sorry you had to witness that, and just tell us what you've seen, what you're seeing now.
So me and my mom were going on a sunset cruise on the Seine, just like a champagne cruise, and when I got on the boat, someone had texted me, one of my friends texted me saying, Notre Dame is on fire, and we couldn't see it at that point. We were kind of shaken up, and everyone was like, are you sure? Are you sure that's what's happening? And then our boat started going down the river, and you could see the smoke just raising up, and then eventually we got next to it, and you could just see the flames going up. And then the boat had to stop because they were stopping all traffic, but we had to stay in one spot, so we were actually next to Notre Dame for 45 minutes just watching the fire, and eventually the tower came down. It was just very, very crazy.
Kelly, where are you from?
Washington, D.C.
From Washington, D.C., traveling through Paris with your mother, with the holidays approaching. Yeah.
I'm studying abroad here this semester, and she's visiting me this week.
Must be a chilling thing to witness, obviously, with your mother. And how many other people were on that sunset cruise? We know that it's such a popular thing to do there on the Seine in Paris, and setting out on what you thought would be, an enjoyable and somewhat romantic. It's impossible for it not to be a romantic evening in Paris until you begin witnessing what you have witnessed.
There were 40 of us maybe, and it was just kind of crazy because there was people from all different countries. And eventually there were some French people on there, and they just started sobbing and holding each other, and it was just very, very intense.
Well, Kelly, please send our best to your mother as well, and to the folks who were on that cruise. Will be forever changed by what they witnessed this afternoon. Kelly, thank you, and thank you for sharing your images.
Thank you.
As devastating as they are. That's Kelly Weymouth on the phone. She was doing one of those sunset cruises on the Seine. She's studying abroad, and her mother was there visiting her. She said she was on the the cruise with so many other people, and what was, I thought, most notable about what she offered to us was the description of the French people who were on that sunset cruise with her, weeping, watching a piece of history destroyed in front of their eyes. And we saw Kelly capturing the moment the spire came down, and this was handed to me a moment ago. The French writer and historian Camille Pascal was on French media a short time ago and was describing the massive fire at Notre Dame, and she said it's caused the destruction of invaluable heritage, and we can be only horrified by what we see. 800 years since the cathedral has begun watching over Paris, as she pointed out, and its bells peal for both happy and unfortunate events. So much of the history of France has been witnessed by that edifice, that enormous cathedral, that beauty that soars into the sky. And we were listening to Max earlier describe the prayers, and we've even had reports of some singing, and people on the scene there. You hear it right there. Just general unrest in the streets of Paris. There were reports that emergency teams at first were actually slowed down in their effort to get to that small little patch of land where the cathedral stands across the Seine, by just the sheer amount of people who were watching in horror and disbelief. And these are the people who live there in Paris, the Parisians, but also people visiting France. You know, Kelly Weymouth, who we were just talking with, who captured that unbelievable piece of video. She's there studying abroad for the semester. Her mother had come to visit. We listened to John Dickus with us all afternoon here. He's still with us now. He was the professor who has been living in Paris with his partner